So now, fakes the handoff, throws over to, it's a complete pass for about 5 or 6 yards to Seth Weininger. So, okay, they gave him credit for 8 there, and now Franklin taking a timeout with 2:25 to go. So at this time, let's take a short break for a few words from our sponsors here on AudioSportsOnline.com. Your score, Franklin 14, Plainfield 3. CCB Contracting can do living spaces, outdoor projects, kitchens, bathrooms, and more. Learn more about ccbcontracting.com. Learn more at ccbcontracting.com. That's ccbcontracting.com. Unbreakable Athletics Academy in Plainfield offers all sorts of opportunities to take your performance to the next level, from CrossFit to sports performance to powerlifting. Learn more about services at unbreakableathleticsacademy.com. That's unbreakableathleticsacademy.com. Or by calling 317-224-6960. That's 317-224-6960. Well, back here at Plainfield, we're about to resume play here, and your Quakers trying to climb back into this game. They got off to a 3-0 lead, but have given up 2 touchdowns since now. Moyers with a screen pass complete, but he's going to be brought down for a loss. Hessung got the reception, but it's going to be for a loss. So it's going to be for a loss of 1. So now, handoff there to Ulsom, but they're right on top of him, and he's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. But we got a flag. Let's see. Hopefully this will be against Franklin, but let's see. That'd be a huge break for holding against Plainfield. All right, well. So, things very concerning for the Quakers so far, that they just, we're lucky that on 2 of Franklin's 4 possessions, they have not gotten away with any points. They had a missed field goal and a turnover on downs, but Plainfield, outside of their first drive, just hasn't been able to move ever since that interception on our second drive, just to have barely moved the ball. So anyway, 2 receivers to each side. And now it's a punt. And rolls inside the 15 and brought down at about the 12. So Franklin with 2 timeouts, 1:17 to go and about 87 yards. Let's see if they go for a score or not. I wouldn't be surprised either way. I mean, Plainfield's lucky to only be down 11 points now. Two receivers to each side. Looks like Franklin in an aggressive formation here. Hand off to Ward. He's up for about 3. Ward and Byerly have done all the rushing so far for Franklin. Give him 3 on that one. I have him 4 for 65. Not quite 5 yards a carry, so he's, he's not been great, but he's, kept the clock and the chains moving. He's gotten past more than that 3.4 I always talk about. And now, handoff there to, I believe that's Ward again, and he's up for about another 3 or 4. And under 40 seconds now. So now, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Only 17 seconds left, though, so it doesn't look like Franklin's going to score the rest of the half, but we'll see. Five on the play clock. And now keeper there by Byerly. And that's going to be it. So, very concerning first half for your Plainfield Quakers as we head to the locker rooms here in Week 7 of the regular season. Your score, Franklin 14, Plainfield 3. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors on audiosportsonline.com. Geodis is a growth partner to its clients, offering end-to-end solutions based on its know-how, its infrastructure, processes, and information systems that ensure operational excellence and the best service quality. Learn more at geodis.com/US. That's geodis.com/US. Gunnell Financial perform work in accounting, tax, and wealth management. Open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and evenings and weekends by appointment. You can learn more about them at their website, gunnfin.com. That's gunnfin.com. Or by calling 317-203-4433. That's 317-203-4433. The Holsklag Group has been serving the communities of Central Indiana since 2010. Their staff of attorneys brings a decade of experience in the practice of law to provide you with knowledgeable counsel across a variety of legal landscapes. Learn more about thglaw.com/index. That's thglaw.com/index. 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 Home Investments and Home Interiors LLP, located in Plainfield, is a residential and commercial real estate investment company which makes dreams come true on a budget. Learn more about how they can get to work for you by calling 317-800-9646. That's 317-800-9646. Or check out samples of their work at homeinvestmentsllc.com. That's homeinvestmentsllc.com. That's HOMANVESTMENTSLLC.com. HOMANVESTMENTSLLC.com. Hoosier Tent and Party Rental has been providing Indianapolis, its suburbs, and other parts of the state with the finest tents and party equipment available. Learn more about their services and rentals at HoosierTent.com. That's HoosierTent.com. Larry Good Homes has been family-owned since 1972. There are custom home builders in Hendricks and surrounding counties. They're available for building patio homes in local communities, including Forest Creek Village in Plainfield and Wellington at Wexford and Danville. More information can be found at LarryGoodHomes.com. That's LarryGoodHomes.com. Or by calling 317-839-7481. That's 317-839-7481. For 22 years, LJS Home Improvement General Contractors has been in the roofing and restoration industry. Whether you have a weather-related emergency or planning your next home improvement projects, they're here to help. They have experience evaluating losses that can result from strong Indiana storms. LJS is fully licensed, insured, and prepared to inspect and repair damages your home might have sustained. By working with you and your insurance provider, they're able to efficiently restore your home to its original condition while keeping you informed throughout the process. Get more information at ljscontractors.com. That's ljscontractors.com. Porter Hair Design is at 2467, that's 2467 East Main Street in Plainfield. Call 317-437-4808. That's 317-437-4808 for an appointment today. Julia Berberich of Remax Centerstone is located at 3930 Clarks Creek Road in Plainfield. That's 3930 Clarks Creek Road in Plainfield. Get more information about listings and availabilities. Jimmy John's offers delivery and catering. They are located at 2683 East Main Street. That's 2683 East Main Street next to BW3's. And they're open from 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday through Saturday. More information can be found at 837-8282. That's 837-8282. Or online at jimmyjohns.com. That's jimmyjohns.com. U-Paint Pottery in Plainfield strives to make the pottery painting experience the very best it can be for all of our customers. We hope the memories shared at U-Paint are treasured for many years to come. Learn more at upaintpotterystudio.com. That's the letter U, paintpotterystudio.com. The letter U, paintpotterystudio.com. Other sponsors of Plainfield football include Stringer and Associates. Stringer and Associates. Find them online at patstringerhomes.com. That's patstringerhomes.com, patstringerhomes.com, or contact Rick or Pat by phone at 317-839-8845. That's 317-839-4485. The Quinn Property Group. Quinn Property Group is a property sourcing company working with clients to fulfill their investment needs on a custom-made basis. We specialize in sourcing buy-to-let, flip, and we specialize in sourcing buy-to-let and flip properties in South Wales. They're online at quinnpropertygroup.co.uk. That's quinnpropertygroup.co.uk. Synergy Telecom is a worldwide provider of telecommunications equipment, technical service, and 24/7 maintenance services for all major brands and systems. Find them online at synergy-tel.com. That's synergy-tel.com. That's synergy-tel.com. synergy-tel.com, or by phone at 317-713-1652. That's 317-713-1652. CJ's Pizza starts with hand-tossed dough, house-made pizza sauce, fresh cut vegetables, and our unique cheese blend. Find them at 10 Southeast Street in Plainfield. That's 10 Southeast Street in Plainfield. Or call 317-839-4900. That's 317-839-4900. 317-839-4900. Jack's Donuts is at 2230 Stafford Road in Plainfield. That's 2230 Stafford Road in Plainfield. They're open Monday through Saturday, 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sunday from 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call 317-707-8088. That's 317-707-8088 for more information. Also, thanks to Build Out Specialist and Haynes Roofing, Siding, and Gutters. Well, back here at Plainfield, we're at halftime here in the Hendricks County Game of the Week with your Plainfield Quakers. Plainfield Quakers trailing the Franklin Grizzly Cubs by a score of 14-3. It's a game in which Plainfield had a very good first drive, got it inside the 10, unfortunately ended up settling for a field goal, and then it's been almost all Franklin ever since. Scoring recap with 7:23 to go in the first quarter. Plainfield opened the scoring on a 20-yard field goal there by Harris Nichols. That gave the Quakers a 3-0 lead. However, after Franklin missed a field goal, it was blocked, a 30-yard attempt on their first drive. Then Franklin on their second possession threw an interception. And then with 9:35 to go in the second quarter, Franklin quarterback Drew Byerly scored a touchdown on a 2-yard rush. Owen Malin's extra point made it 7-0. And then with 6:11 to go in the quarter, Byerly scored this time on a 42-yard rush. And Malin's extra point brought us to our current score of 14-0. So anyway, now a look at the individual statistics here. First of all, for Plainfield, Aiden Moyers has completed 8 of 9 passes for 63 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. So his only incompletion, or not, his only pass that was not completed to a Quakers player was the interception. The leading receiver is Jack Beebe with 3 receptions for 27 yards, all in the first quarter. In fact, I believe all on the first possession. And then Noah Hessung has 2 for 4. Jarrett Stephen, 1 for 15. Brigham Wiest, 1 for 9. And Seth Weiniger, 1 for 8. On the ground, Ricky Alsum leads the way with 8 rushes for 26 yards. Jarrett Stephen has 5 for 13. Cale Vanderbush, 3 for 11. And Aiden Moyers, 2 for 0. Meanwhile, for Franklin, quarterback Drew Byerly has completed 7 of 13 passes for 87 yards, no touchdowns and no interceptions. His leading receiver is Peyton Rubel, who has 5 receptions for 54 yards. Meanwhile, Max Lancer has 2 for 22, and Jalen Ward has 1 for 11. On the ground, only 2 guys getting in on the action, but they're doing very well. Jalen Ward has 14 rushes for 65 yards, while Drew Byerly has 8 rushes for 64 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, looking ahead to the second half, I still think Plainfield has a shot to win this game, but we've got to. What we need to do is establish some sort of consistent passing offense to draw attention away from Stephen and Alsum, because in the second quarter the defense was just ready and clamped down on the guys and really did a good job keeping them under control. Both of them averaging less than the 3.4 yards a carry that you need to keep moving the chains. So, and then obviously, Franklin has had, not counting the last possession of the half in which they did not try hard to score, they've had 4 possessions of this game, scored a touchdown on 2 of them. The other 2 we were lucky they didn't score a touchdown on. So we've got to come up with some, make some adjustments, come up with something. Ward has not been spectacular. He's averaging not quite 5 yards a carry, but he's averaging more than the 3.4 that we need. And with the Grizzly Cubs lining up 4 receivers on almost every play, we can't afford to clamp down too much on Ward. So we're going to have to get something going here. The defense is going to have to do something. And, I would not blame Coach Woodard if he started off the second half with an onside kick, because it might take something as dramatic as taking a possession away from the Grizzly Cubs to give us a shot to get back in there. Especially because I'd imagine that Franklin will be trying to run the clock, a lot in the second half, especially if they, remember they get the ball first, and if they, get 5 or 6 minutes, if they get the balls run off 5 or 6 minutes, then get a touchdown, then we're almost out of it. So we got to get a stop soon. And certainly, with at least 3 weeks, maybe 4 until our first playoff game, depending on whether we get a first-round bye or not, we still have time to make adjustments. We're not up the creek if we lose this game tonight, but the thing is, this game is exposing, a lot of, weaknesses. Now, Franklin is better than our remaining 2 regular season opponents. Whiteland next week on the road, I think that's about a 50-50. Maybe us I'd probably give us a slight edge in that game. This Whiteland team isn't quite as good as most of their recent teams have been, entering tonight's game at a record of 3-3. But Martinsville, who we played senior day, we should get that one. They're a 4A team. They started off 2-0. They've lost 4 in a row. It doesn't look like they're quite the team they've been the last couple of years. So, but I want us to, if we're not going to come back and win this game, at least go out fighting, at least play a much better second half than we did the first half. Last week we did most things well against Decatur Central, beat ourselves with 4 missed extra points and a lost fumble at the Decatur Central 1. Tonight, Franklin is beating us. I want us to, at the very least, win the second half, to outplay them, get back in the game and, show that we, have figured out a way to, improve on the second half, make some adjustments so they don't move the ball so easily, and that so we move the ball more easily. And I suspect, as Moyers is the better passer of our 2 quarterbacks, so we need some passing offense. I think we're going to see predominantly Moyer playing rather than Vanderbush in the second half. So anyway, I just want to talk a little bit about if I seemed a little panicked or distracted a while ago. It was because my computer's giving me problems. It was trying to do an update, which I was trying to stop. And so far, I've been successful at that. And I will try to continue that so that we don't get interrupted. I saw that while my streaming did not get interrupted, without me pressing the button, the recording stopped. So I will keep an eye on it to make sure that we continue recording. I don't think we lost more than 5 minutes of the broadcast. Hopefully no more than a minute or 2 of action. I apologize. It was beyond my control, unfortunately, but I will do my best to stay on top of things so that you can hear the rest of this broadcast not only live, but then, that you'll be able to hear it later. And anyway, so now Now we're listening to YMCA by the Village People. And, yeah, my son, Liam, I'm really impressed by the great connoisseur of the great connoisseur of 1970s music that he's become. I'm 48, and I became a heavy radio listener in the 1981-82 school year when I was in 5th grade. Liam likes a lot of stuff that predates, when I was listening to the radio. He mainly likes the soft rock of the early 70s. That's his favorite stuff. And he's only 14, so I'm really proud of him for developing his own musical taste. And my daughter Aria, she really, she's played me stuff on her playlist. I've never heard of any of it before. It's not my favorite stuff, but it is interesting. And I don't think any of it is very popular. I guess most of it is what would be classified as indie rock. But anyway, right now, with a few minutes to go in halftime, let's take a look at what the other Hendricks County teams are up to tonight. All 5 of them are in action. Starting in Class 6A with the with the Avon Orioles, who remain at number 1 in the state for the 5th consecutive week after last week's 35-14 win at Fishers, that I had the honor and pleasure of commentating. Fishers jumped out to a 14-0 lead before Avon, came back strong and played an A-plus second half. Tonight, Avon back at home hosting 4-2 Westfield. Meanwhile, Brownsburg up a notch to number 5 after last week's 34-14 win at Westfield to improve to 4-2. Tonight, the Bulldogs host 3-3 Zionsville. Moving down to Class 3A, Tri-West is 4-2 after last week's 35-28 win over visiting Lebanon. Tonight, the Bruins visit 3-3 North Montgomery. Danville is 3-3 now after their 42-0 win last week over visiting Southmont. Tonight, Danville is playing a game that should be a victory. They visit 0-6 Frankfort. The Hot Dogs, a very bad team. I commentated them against Tri-West all the way back in Week 3. And finally, Cascade 2-4. In Class 2A, Cascade is 2-4 after a 43-7 win in Spencer last week at Owen Valley. Tonight, they visit 3-3 Speedway, the Sparkplugs, alma mater of Joyce DeWitt, the former Three's Company star. And if the Cadets win that game, it will be their first win in their new conference, the Hoosier Crossroads Conference, which they joined this year after 4 years in the Western Indiana Conference. Their 2 wins, ironically, have come against their 2 former WIC rivals who they've played this year as non-conference opponents, Owen Valley last week and then Cloverdale a couple of weeks before that. So now with 2:25 to go here in the half, I'm going to take a short break for a few words from our sponsors, and then we'll be back with the second half. So you're listening to the Hendricks County Game of the Week here on 98.9 FM WYRZ in Brownsburg, and you're listening to us on audiosportsonline.com. Westside Plumbing provides residential and commercial plumbing services as well as heating and cooling services in Hendricks County and the surrounding areas. Appointments can be scheduled by calling 317-445-8399. That's 317-445-8399. That's 317-445-8399 for plumbing or HVAC repairs. Panuni's Pizza and Wings in Brownsburg delivers to Pittsboro, Claremont, North Avon, and all of Brownsburg. Pizza, calzones, breadsticks, and wings are always available. They're located at 1447 East Main in Brownsburg. That's 1447 East Main in Brownsburg. Their phone number is 317-286-3500. That's 317-286-3500. 317-286-3500. Open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday and Saturday open till 11 p.m. More information can be found on their Facebook page as well as their website, panuni.com. That's PANOONY.com, PANOONY.com. Indy Propane is located just west of Danville and services all of Hendricks County and surrounding areas. They serve residential, commercial, and farm propane needs, whether for fuel or heat, in a variety of propane containers. More information can be found at indypropane.com. That's indypropane.com. Their phone number is 317-539-4656. That's 317-539-4656. And normal office hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. That's 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Wilkinson Insurance offers home, auto, life, and business insurance through several different companies. They shop and find the one that fits your budget and needs. They're located at 314 East Main Street in Brownsburg. That's 314 East Main Street in Brownsburg, and open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. And their phone number is 317-852-8330. That's 317-852-8330. 317-852-8330. That's Wilkinson Insurance at 317-852-8330. More information can be found at wi-insure.com. That's wi-insure.com. Wilkinson Insurance. Well, back here at Plainfield, we're about to start the second half with your Plainfield Quakers in need of a stop here. They trailed the Franklin Grizzly Cubs by a score of 14-3 here. 8:14 your time of day. It was a pretty fast first half. So Franklin to get the ball first here in the quarter. It's a deep kick, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So now the pressure on the Quaker defense that, for the most part, did not contain the outstanding Franklin offense very well. Most teams don't. The Grizzly Cubs coming in averaging 45.8 points per game. I knew this was going to be a tight one. I thought Plainfield would win a squeaker. They still could, but they're going to need, by my estimation, a turnover-free second half, and they might need the ball to bounce their way a few times. So 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ward, the running back, Byerly in shotgun. Takes a snap, gives it to Byerly. To Ward, and he gets up for about 3. Jalen Ward with his 15th carry of the game. They give him credit for 2 on that one. Come on, boys, let's get a stop here. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Byerly, screen pass, complete, and he dodges a tackle. He spins his way, and he spins his way around. He's got the first. That was Isaiah Klein there on the reception. Gain of about 9 there. Yeah, they do give him credit for 9. That was Klein's first reception of the game. He's the 4th Grizzly Cub to catch a pass here. So now 2 receivers to each side. Byerly drops back to pass, got time, and it throws, and it's through his hands, incomplete. The intended receiver was McClure there. McClure does not have a reception tonight. So 2nd and 10 for the Quakers. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Fakes the handoff, now throws up, and it's overthrown. Just a little too high. He was going for Lancer. So now all of a sudden we got a 3rd and 10. So we're just 1 stop away from getting the ball back here. Wait, we got a flag. Hopefully it's not pass interference against the Quakers, but let's see. Ineligible man downfield. I guess we'll decline it. We're going to accept the penalty. It's going to be 5 yards back. 11:07 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Franklin 14, Plainfield 3. Got to get something going. I think I would have rather taken the 3rd and 10 than the 2nd and 15, but we'll see how it works out. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Now, screen pass over to the right. It's complete. He's going to get about 5 or 6, so it'll be 3rd and long. That was McClure with his first reception of the game. We're going to give him credit for 6. And now, 3rd and 9. And now drops back, throws up the middle, and it's incomplete. Just through, just a little bit of miscommunication with Rubel. The timing was just slightly off. All right. So definitely, so Byerly only completing 1 of 4 passes on that drive. So Plainfield will get the ball with a chance to make it a one-possession game. 4th and 9 for the, and now there's a snap. It's a very high kick, fielded there at the 30. Takes it up to the 35, and he's brought down. That was Tice Gibson there. So the Quakers taking over. They did a pretty good job. They almost got a 3 and out. The Grizzly Cubs got 1 first down, but then gained only 1 yard on their subsequent 3 plays, then punted. Moyer's back in at quarterback. I think he's going to be the dominant quarterback here in the second half. 2 receivers to the right, 1 running back. Moyer's in shotgun, slow snap, but he gets the handoff, and he's got Alsum. He's still on his feet. He gets, I think they're going to give him forward progress for 6. So pretty good start to the drive for the Quakers. Definitely, needs, okay, they give him credit for 7, all right. So 2nd and 3 now. So 2 receivers to the left now. Alsum, the running back. Moyer's in shotgun. And now it looks over to the sideline. 9:48 to go and counting in the third quarter. Plainfield trailing 14-3. Handoff now to Alsum. He plows. I think he's going to be a yard short of the first. So a good effort he stayed up for several seconds after contact. Okay, so they're going to mark him down a yard short. So very critical 3rd and 1 here for the Quakers. One receiver to each side. .09 to go in the third quarter. Franklin leading 14-3. Game 7 of 9 in the regular season. Plainfield's won 20 of the last 22 against Franklin. But this is a much different Franklin team. They're with a win tonight, Franklin, and now Plainfield, I believe, has just taken a timeout. So, with 9:55 to go here in the third quarter at Franklin, at Plainfield, Plainfield trailing 14-3 takes a timeout on a very critical 3rd and 1 at their own 44. My name is Lec Zorn. I'm in my 8th season here on audiosportsonline.com, WYRZ and XRB. This is out of the 89 high school varsity games I've commentated. 30 have been for the Quakers, a little over a third. And I'm scheduled to commentate their next 2 to close out the regular season. A week from tonight out at Whiteland, and then the senior day on the last day of the regular season here 2 weeks from tonight. 2 weeks from tonight against Martinsville. And hopefully throughout the playoffs as well. And hopefully it'll be a deep playoff run this year. I know we're due for one. Got a tougher than expected sectional, but still I think we've got hope. And now the Quakers rush to the line. And now a quarterback sneak. We've got a Moyer's got 2 or 3, but we got a flag, so let's see if it counts or not. After breaking huddle, Plainfield ran up to the line. False start against the Quakers, so that'll back it up 5 yards. So now a very manageable 3rd and 1 suddenly turns into 3rd and 6 with 8:51 to go. So now 8:51 to go here in the third quarter. So you got to make up those 5 yards now. So we got 2 receivers now out to the left. Two receivers to the left, two to the right. I believe Steven is back in there at running back. And now fakes the handoff. And now Vanderbush has got some room on the left side. He could have the first. It's going to be close. He dives. We'll see where they mark him. It's going to depend on the spot. If he did make it, it was by the skin of his teeth. Yes, yes. Yes, all right. So that's 1st and 10 now at our own 45. Let's try to build on that. Now it's pass over to the left. It's caught for about an 8-yard pickup. That was complete to Wiest for 8 yards there. Wiest with his second reception of the game. Now handoff to Steven. He's got some room. He's past the 40. He's got the first down and more, up to about the 36. So they give Steven their credit for about 10 yards there. So 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. I believe that's Steven's first double-digit. I believe that's Plainfield's first double-digit gain on rushing all game. And it came at a good time. So now 1st and 10 at that. And now fakes the handoff. Moyers, he's got a keeper. And now he slides after picking up about 5 or 6. So Moyers showing some good rushing on this drive. So that'll be 2nd and about 5 or 6, 4 or 5. Give him credit for 6 on that one. So now second and 4 for the Quakers. 2 receivers to each side. I believe Steven is still in there at running back. And now screen pass, nearly intercepted. Oh boy, that was dangerous. Very lucky. And had he made the interception, he very well might have taken it all the way in. The intended receiver was Beebe there, who had 3 receptions in the first quarter, but none since. Moyers 9 for 11, but only 70 receiving yards by my count. Now it looks like Vanderbush is in there as a wide receiver to the left. 3rd and 4. And now the direct step to Steven, but they're ready for him, and he doesn't get much, if anything. So that'll bring up a very critical 4th down for the Quakers. Steven has been fairly well contained today. 6:38 to go and counting. We are going to go for it, and they even got him for a loss. Only 7 for 22 by my count for Jarrett Steven in this game. 6:24 to go and counting, a little over a quarter and a half to play. Quakers going for it. So now Moyers, screen pass. It's complete to Beebe. Did he get the first down? He's out of bounds here on the 25. Yes, he did. So a very critical 4th down conversion. And they give him credit for 8 on that one. Beebe's first reception since the first quarter came out at a perfect time. He has 4 in the game now. 3 receivers to each side. He got some movement at the line. A flag, hopefully against Whiteland, but let's see. Yes. Offsides against Franklin, so that'll put us 1st and 5 at the Grizzly Cub 19. Any score, and it's a 1-possession game, and we're right back in this. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Beebe's the one to the right. Steven is the running back. Moyers in shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back, and now it takes it himself. Now throws it up the middle. It's complete inside the 10. But we got at least 1 flag. It's going to be holding against Plainfield, so it's coming back. We got to really cut down on the penalties. Our margin for error is, very low right now. So anyway, and my father just made a surprise visit with a bag of popcorn. So thanks, Dad. And hadn't had anything to eat since that pregame pizza there. So now, anyway, let's see. We've got Hessing, and I believe that's Weiniger and Wiest lined up to the left now. And now fake the handoff to Steven, and it's a rush there of about 10 yards there by Moyers. So they're gonna mark him at the 23. So that's a 9-yard gain there by Moyers. So now it's 2nd and 9 for the Quakers. Moyers rolls to his right, screen pass. It's complete, but not for much. That was for BB for a gain of about 3. Give him credit for 3 on that one, bringing up 3rd and 6. 2 receivers to each side now. And now, and it's a fumble. It's a fumble. Oh no! Oh no! Franklin recovers. He got Moyers got hit, and the ball just came loose. Oh no! This is terrible. So now things slipping away for the Quakers. Oh my God, this is not good. Well, we're not dead yet, but, our margin for error is pretty close to 0 now. This is very concerning. And Franklin is a top 10 team, ranked number 9 here in Class 5A. We're ranked number 15. So this should have been on paper a competitive game, but, now a handoff there to Ward. And by the way, Franklin recovered. They started the drive at the 26. Ward getting 2 yards there. So 4:35 to go in the third quarter. Franklin with the ball in a 14-3 lead. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And now Byerly. And it's intercepted, and we could go all the way. Yes, we got a touchdown. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Who was that? Whoever it is. Oh, my God. I'd like to buy him a drink and shake his hand, to quote the movie Airplane. Oh, my God. What a momentum-shifting play. And now all of a sudden we're back in this game. It's a one-possession game with 4:20 to play here in the third quarter. Who got the interception? All right. I didn't catch that. I will try to catch it. But anyway, nevertheless, wow. That's the 5th interception for Plainfield this season. Now all of a sudden the crowd getting into it again. That's their 5th interception and the first return for a touchdown. Oh, my God. That just injected new life into all of us here in Quaker Nation. So now Nichols, he only went 2 for only 2 for 6, an extra point. No, they're going for the 2-point conversion here to cut the lead to 3. And now Moyers. And we got it. So it's a 3-point game. That was Hessling there, by the way. So now all of a sudden, when the Grizzly Cubs had the ball with the chance to make it a 3-possession lead, now we're down by only a field goal. I'll tell you, Byerly for the most part has played a good game there for Franklin, but I'll tell you, he threw a really, in my opinion, he made a very poor choice there in the first half when he threw a ball into very good coverage that easily could have been intercepted. That one was, and it was returned for the touchdown. Oh my God. What a dramatic play. So now the defense, has lived up to their end of the bargain. Now the offense has got to do something. Well, except the defense is, are likely to get, unless we get an onside kick here, the defense is likely to take the field for Plainfield before the offense. So a little over a third of the game to play, and your score, Franklin 14, Plainfield 11. Things looking a lot better for the Quakers than they did a couple of minutes ago. Fielded, and now they've mishandled the kickoff, and he's brought down right around the 9. So the Grizzly Cubs starting off in bad field position too. So things looking up a lot more for the Quakers than they were a couple of minutes ago. We're still in this. So now, two receivers to the right, one to the left toward the running back. Byerly fakes handoff to Ward, screen pass over to Klein, catches it on the right side, and he dodges a few tackles, spins around. He's got the first down and more. That's a pickup of about 13 yards there. So Byerly trying to shake off that interception, and they give him credit for 13 on that pass. I have him 10 for 18 now, 10 for 18 for Byerly. That's Klein's second reception. First one was from 9, that one from 13. So first and 10 at the 22 for the Grizzly Cubs. This time a handoff. No, I think it was a Byerly on the keeper. Nice fake. Nice handoff fake to Ward. 3:45 to go. Byerly gets credit for 4 on that one. I have him 9 for 68 with 2 touchdowns. And now we've got a rush of about 13 yards there. That was Byerly again. He picked up 13 or 14. 3:30 to go, so we're going to have to get a stop here. Byerly gets, I have him now 10 for 80 with 2 touchdowns on the ground tonight. So 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The Grizzly Cubs have used 4 wide receivers the bulk of the game. Now handoff there to Ward, and he's tripped up for a pickup of about 3:10 and counting to go here. And so 2nd and 6 there. And now, and he's got it, and he could go all the way. So Byerly, he's tripped up at the 25. Oh no. So that's a there was a touch. I didn't catch who made the touchdown saving tackle, but that nevertheless a 33-yard gain there by Byerly. So 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The Grizzly Cubs 1st and 10 at the and we got a lot of movement at the line and a flag, 2 flags at least. And apparently against Plainfield as the Quakers are moving back. So now the Grizzly Cubs have it 1st and 5 at the 20, trying to get a multiple possession lead back. If nothing else, we got to stop them from getting the touchdown. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Byerly in shotgun, fakes the handoff, screen pass over to a wide open Klein, and he takes it inside the 15, And he's got the first down and more. The clock stopped with 2:04 to go in the third. So I give Byerly a lot of credit for shaking off that interception here. Give him credit for 7 on that one. And now Ward gets it, and he gets about 3 there. So now they give Ward credit for 3 out there. He's over 100 yards. And now handoff again. No, I think that's no Byerly on a keeper, and he's going to be close to another first down. So with 1:04 to go, so that he gets credit for 5 on that one. Byerly does. And another keeper. He's got some room on the right side. He dives at the end zone. Did he get in? Yes. So the Grizzly Cubs go up by 2 possessions again, 20-11 with the conversion pending, 51.2 seconds to go in the quarter. Not time to panic, but it is time to be concerned. Drew Byerly has scored all 3 Grizzly Cubs touchdowns. And he's getting a lot of yards on faking handoffs to Ward. And Malin good on the extra point. So Franklin seizing the momentum back after that interception return for the touchdown. Drew Byerly scoring on touchdown rushes of 242 and now 5 yards. And your score is 21-11. We need 2 scores. Got a little over a quarter to do it. Come on, boys, let's go. It can be done. .2 seconds to go in the quarter. Plainfield on the field, ready to go. And there's that one hard rock Irish song playing. I don't know the name of it or the artist. So Plainfield, or Franklin kicking off now. 2 Quakers back deep to receive. We need something big here. Fielded on a hop at the 15, up to the 20, 25. You guys got something here. 40, 45, up to about the 50. So excellent starting field position for the Quakers. Carson works there. I think they're going to mark him just inside Grizzly Cub territory. 44.1 seconds to go. But now the offense has got to do something, and the offense hasn't done much since that first drive when we got the field goal. Should have gotten the touchdown. So now Plainfield, they line up with Evan Clark to the right, 1 receiver to the left, Ricky Alsum, the running back. Okay. Moyers drops back, rolls to his left. He looks for something. No, he rushes, and he gets maybe a yard. No, Vanderbush is back in there for Plainfield now. I didn't think we'd see much room in the second half, but he's in there now. 25 seconds to go now, and they're giving him credit for no gain. He did a good job avoiding the loss, however. 4 for 11 on the ground by my count for Vanderbush. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Vanderbush in shotgun. Fakes the handoff to Alsum. Pass up the middle is complete. We got the first down and more inside the 35, inside the 30. That was Hessing there with a gain of about 20 yards. The clock will stop to move the chains with 5 seconds to go. A 20-yard pickup there. That's Vanderbush's first pass of the game, in fact. And that's it. So your Plainfield Quakers 12 minutes away to make up 10 points. Your score after 3 quarters here in the Hendricks County Game of the Week. Franklin 21, Plainfield 11. We'll be back with the thrilling conclusion after these words from our sponsors on audiosportsonline.com. Westside Plumbing, Heating, and Air offers residential heating and air conditioning maintenance, repair, and replacement, and serves all of Hendricks County and West Indianapolis. Their phone number is 317-445-8399. That's 317-445-8399. More information can be found at westsideplumbing.net. That's westsideplumbing.net, and their Facebook page by searching for Westside Plumbing. Panuni's Pizza and Wings in Brownsburg delivers to Pittsboro, Claremont, North Avon, and all of Brownsburg. Pizza, calzones, breadsticks, and wings are always available. They're located at 1447 East Main Street in Brownsburg. That's 1447 East Main Street in Brownsburg. Their phone number is 317-286-3500. That's 317-286-3500. Open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday and Saturday till 11 p.m. More information can be found on their Facebook page as well as their webpage, panuni.com. That's panuni.com, PANOONY.com, PANOONY.com. Well, back here at Plainfield, we're about to resume action here to start the fourth quarter. Your Quakers with the ball first and 10 at their own 29 at the Plainfield. And now throwing into the end zone, but it's just overthrown, and it was out of bounds anyway. Jack Beebe, the intended receiver. So Vanderbush, his first 2 passes of the game were on this drive. The first one completed for 20 yards to Hessing. Second one incomplete, intended for Beebe. Noah Hessing, the freshman leading the team in receptions this year, has 3 tonight for 24 yards. So 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's Beebe to the left and 2 others to the right. Ricky Elsom, the running back. Cale Vanderbush, the sophomore, in there at running back. The snap. And it's his keeper there, but they're right on top of him, but he breaks a tackle. Only gets about 2, though. And so I really, see, they only give him credit for 1 there on the ground. But nevertheless, two receivers to each side now. Very critical 3rd and 9 for the Quakers. We got the first down. It's a short pass. Who was that? That was to Beebe. Okay, so we got the first down. That's the most important thing. A gain of about 10 there. So Vanderbush has completed 2 of 3 passes. All of his passes on this drive. Beebe with 6 receptions, 48 yards in this game. So now Beebe to the left, 3 receivers to the right. We've got Hessing, Weiniger, and I believe that's Wieston there as well. And also the running back, Vanderbush in shotgun. Hands off there, and he's up the middle for about 2 or 3. So they give Alston credit for 2 there. He's been relatively contained tonight. I have him 11 for 37. So now the Vanderbush, the snap. He rolls to his right. Screen pass complete to Hessing. He's got not close to the first down, however. He's got maybe 2 or 3. So they give him only credit for 2. So now very critical 3rd and 6 for the Quakers at the Franklin 14, 9:52 to go. We got and we need 2 scores. That's the problem. So 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Vanderbush rolls to his left, almost sacked, throws him to the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. Weininger dove. It was just too far to his left. Now, if we will go for a field goal here, that'll be a 31-yarder. That should be relatively, at least close to, Nichols' range. Let's see what we do here. Looks like the offense is waiting for a signal. There's 30 seconds on the play clock. We are going to go for it. 6 yards for the first down. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And now Vanderbush, he's got and it's intercepted. Intercepted near the end zone. Oh, no. So that goes a long way toward sealing it for Franklin as they take over. They are only at their 4, so a good defensive stop here could help us. But they have a 10-point lead and 9:34 to go in the game. And because we needed more passing, I really thought we wouldn't see much of Vanderbush in the second half. He did complete 3 passes on that drive, but he threw the interception there. So now defense has got to do something here. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And now keeper there by Byerly, and he gets out of the danger zone. He gets 5 or 6 on the keeper. But, as much as I want Plainfield to win, I try to always give credit where it's due and say things that are even painful to say. But the fact is that Franklin has simply played the better game tonight. If they win, they will deserve it. We just haven't made enough big plays. Now, pass is complete over to Rubel, and he's got the first down and more up to about the 20. So they're going to mark Rubel there at the 14, so that's a gain of 14 yards there. 12 for 20 through the air by my count for Byerly. And, hold that thought. Sorry. 8:56 to go now. And now fakes the handoff. Byerly takes it himself, and he's got a first down and maybe a yard more. That's about a 10 or 11-yard gain there by Byerly. But I'll tell you, this Franklin team reminds me very much and that puts, by my count, Byerly over 100 yards on the ground. 8:39 to go. So we got now lined up with Rubel and Lancer to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Ward, the running back, Byerly in shotgun. Takes a snap, hands off to Ward, and he finds a hole on the left, and he's up close to another first down, about an 8-yard pickup there for Ward. And, this team reminds me very much of the Chris Cole team I commentated at Tri-West back in 2016. Yeah, it took him, obviously, the first 2 years to get his system in place, but once he did, bang. $7:49 to go now. Two receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff there to Byerly. He gets about 4. Byerly, very good size for a quarterback at 6'3", 230. 7:28 to go and counting. The window closing on the Quakers in this game. There's another 5 yards there for Byerly. First and 10 for the Grizzly Cubs at their own 48. 7:04 to go and counting. Two receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Byerly This time gets it off to Ward. They're right on top of him. They hit him at the 50, but he jumps up 2 or 3 yards. Very disappointing game for the Quakers. Very disappointing. And another 5 for Ward. Well, they just came in here and they obviously had a game plan and they knew how to play us, and for the most part they've done it very well. Handoff there and now Ward breaks through for another first down and more past the 35. So pick up about 13 there by Ward. 6:10 to go. But going back to that Tri-West team that I had the honor and pleasure of commentating 3 years ago, as Ward gets 13 there. I think I only remember them having one blue chipper on the team, Peyton Hendershot, who's now a wide receiver down at IU. Other than that, they had a lot of just really average, players of average talent. And keep in mind, Tri-West is a school of only about 600 students, but they just had an outstanding formula. And when you've won 4 state championships, as that school has, it's easy to get the kids to believe in your system. And now Byerly, and now he breaks through for a first down, gets inside the red zone past the 20. A gain of about 16 there. There is a flag. Holding against Franklin, so that will be coming back, thankfully. One of the few breaks that Plainfield has gotten in this game. There's still time for us to get things fixed for the playoffs, but there's going to be a lot to fix after this game. Franklin, a better team than our last 2 regular season opponents, but probably not as good as either Cathedral or Decatur Central, who are the 2 teams, we're probably going to have to beat to, win the sectional. And now we've got a whistle here. So Ward takes it up about 12 yards there. Oh, sorry, that was Byerly. I'll tell you, Byerly might be the best handoff faker I've seen since the great Scott Amore from Danville, who screwed up so many calls. Danville was an audio sports online school at the time there, as Byerly gets 12 on that rush. Second and 7 to go, but I'll try to remember all that stuff for the next dead ball. So now 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Byerly in shotgun, hands off to Ward. He's inside the 30 up to about the 27, so it'll bring up 3rd and about 3 or 4. But anyway, Scott Amore. I commentated 3 Danville games that season back in my rookie season as a commentator in 2012, and Scott Amore screwed up so many of my calls because he was such an amazing handoff faker. So whenever I see a great fake handoff, I say that was a Scott Amore caliber fake. And Drew Byerly has pulled off several of those for Franklin tonight. So anyway, two receivers to the left, one to the right. Handoff to Ward. And he gets up about 2 yards. He might have I think he just had enough for the first down. Yes, he does. And, I think back to that season. I don't remember many individual plays that Tri-West made because they didn't do much that's out of the ordinary. They just won, I mean, they just played great fundamental team football. And, I mean, I think, 50 years from now, I might remember one play, probably remember one play from this game, that touchdown keeper, the 42-yarder by Byerly. And now fakes the handoff, screen pass over to Rubel, complete, but they're right on top of him. They bring him down right around the line of scrimmage. That was good coverage there by the Quakers. But, I just realized there's only 3:20 left in this game. Weinger with another tackle there. Loss of 2, so nice that Vinger, with his grandfather from Florida in attendance, gets a tackle for a loss. He had at least 3 tackles in the first half, too. But anyway, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And now fakes the handoff, and Byerly takes it himself inside the 15-10, and he goes all the way for the touchdown. Oh, my God. Quarterback Drew Byerly, his 4th touchdown of the game. He has all four Grizzly Cub touchdowns. I have him 19 for 165 and 4 touchdowns. No medal for who gets the game ball tonight, even though he threw 2 bad passes, but 4 rushing touchdowns can certainly make up for it. And now the score 27-11. Franklin with the conversion pending. And now Malin on the extra point is up, and he is good. So there's a 3-possession lead now, so Plainfield virtually out of it. Very, very sad. But we still got time to fix it. That's the good news. At least 3 weeks, maybe 4. More likely 4. There's a 60% chance we'll get, since it's a 5-team sectional, a 60% chance we'll get a first-round bye. Hopefully we will, because I think we could use that extra week to prepare. And obviously 1 fewer game, 1 less thing that can go wrong. But, we'll take what we can get and come back swinging. But overall, not a disastrous game, but certainly a very disappointing game. Very disappointing game for Plainfield here. And, I remember in John Feinstein's book, A Season on the Brink, Bob Knight was once quoted as telling his kids when they were only leading Idaho by 4 at the half, "I'm so depressed I don't even want to talk." Well, I'm not going to go that far, but certainly very, very disappointing game tonight. We've given up, by my count, over 300 yards of rushing offense. So obviously rushing offense is something we really have to work on. Deep kick. Fielded out at the 5. Come on, let's go out with a bang at least. And it's brought up to about the 24. So, the Quakers, possibly their last possession, 2:41 to go. Let's try to finish the game on a positive note, boys. And now, quarterback keeper, he's got something here. Over to the, he might have had, and we got a late flag here. Nice run there by Moyers. He picked up about 8 yards there, but let's see what the call is. That's against Plainfield, so it's coming back. Which really, unfortunately, sums up blocking the back against Plainfield, so wiping out a pretty good gain there by Moyers. Well, for Franklin, this is a big win because tonight they will guarantee themselves their first winning record in 23 years. And for that lovely community down there, a few miles south of Indianapolis, that's it got to be a great feeling, especially after all what they've suffered over the years. Screen pass complete there for about 10 yards there. That was for Weininger. Give him credit for 8 on that one. And now, screen pass again to Weininger. He's got it as well, and he's out of bounds for a short gain. So Weininger's got receptions on the last 2 possessions. And now trying to, hit him. I screen past this. This time he was going for Clark, but went to the well one too many times. Moyer's 13 of 16, but only 98 yards by my count and an interception. So basically, message we need more rushing offense. More passing offense, more rushing defense. And now a punt here. So Plainfield might not get the ball back. It's down at about the 42. Well, I don't know. It's disappointing, and, I'll tell you one thing that, I don't know how well this would work. I remember back in the 2014 season, the team that started off very injury-plagued, then got healthy and got all the way to the sectional championship game. They ran the I formation a lot with Tristan Southwood at fullback and Dylan Foster at halfback. And now as we have and now Ward gets another first down, about 11 yards there. But anyway, I remember that worked very well. And Coach Woodard, he's run quite a few different styles of offense. Now, obviously, neither Alsum nor Steven is a fullback type player, but it would be interesting to see those two guys play at the same time. So you have two top flight running backs, and you never know who's going to get it. Maybe that's something that Coach Woodard will try, over these last couple of regular season games, or maybe surprise somebody with it in the playoffs. Maybe they're running it in practice every day. Who knows? But that was certainly from a commentator's and from a fan standpoint would be very interesting to see. So now after that pickup there by Ward, the 11-yard pickup now, it looks like the Grizzly Cubs are going to run out the rest of the clock, just kneel it out. They'll have to run at least one more play. So certainly disappointing. Again, not disastrous, but certainly disappointing night for the Quakers. 44 seconds to go, 8 seconds on the play clock, and there's another kneel down, and I think that's going to be it. And the teams start forming a handshake line. So very, very disappointing evening here in Plainfield as your Plainfield Quakers in the Hendricks County Game of the Week fall to the 9th-ranked Franklin Grizzly Cubs by a score of 28-11. And I do congratulate the Grizzly Cubs, though, on their first winning season in 23 years. They've waited a long time for this. Chris Cole, who I saw do outstanding things at Tri-West, I think is going to have that as a perennial top 10 program here in Class 5A. So I certainly applaud him for his great work. So we'll be back for with a recap and a look ahead to next week's road game at Whiteland after these final words from our sponsors on WYRZ 98.9 FM, the voice of Hendricks County. Indy Propane is located just west of Danville and services all of Hendricks County and surrounding areas. They service residential, commercial, and farm propane needs, whether for fuel or heat, in a variety of propane containers. More information can be found at indypropane.com. Their phone number is 317-539-4656. That's 317-539-4656. And normal office hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. That's Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Indy Propane. Wilkinson Insurance offers home, auto, life, and business insurance through several different companies. They shop and find the one that fits your budget and needs. They're located at 314 East Main Street. That's 314 East Main Street in Brownsburg. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. And their phone number is 317-852-8330. That's 317-852-8330. More information can be found at wi-insure.com. That's wi-insure.com. Well, back here at Plainfield for a final time tonight, where your Plainfield Quakers have lost to the ninth-ranked Franklin Grizzly Cubs by a score of 28 to 11. It's a game in which Plainfield got the ball first, moved very well on their first drive, but failed to, get a touchdown, settled for a field goal, and then, with the exception of one huge play, it was almost all. Hey, Greg, how you doing? Hey. Just waving goodbye to Greg Vinger there, the father of Jace and Brayton. It's good to see him there. And I said hi to his father earlier. And anyway, so I hope that didn't sound too unprofessional, but I am just like a regular guy. And anyway, all right, so back to what I was saying. Plainfield got off to a red-hot start on their first drive, and then except for one spectacular play, it was almost all Franklin the rest of the game. Look at the scoring. First of all, with 7:23 to go in the first quarter, Harris Nichols connected on a 25-yard field goal with 7:23 to go, giving Plainfield a 3-0 lead. And while I wish we'd gotten the touchdown, I was glad to see Nichols got that field goal after missing 4 of his 6 extra point attempts last week. And then on Franklin's ensuing drive, they moved the ball very well but missed a field goal. It was blocked, actually, and then Plainfield on the ensuing possession suffered an interception thrown by Aiden Moyers. And then Franklin got the momentum from there with 9:35 to go in the second quarter. Drew Byerly of Franklin, the quarterback, scored on a 2-yard touchdown rush. He scored on a 2-yard rush. Owen Malin hit the extra point, making it 7-0. And then with 6:11 to go in the quarter, Byerly scored another touchdown rush, this time from 42 yards. And Malin's extra point made it 14-0. Then with 4:20 to go in the third quarter, Plainfield threatened to get back in the game on an interception return for a touchdown. The 2-point conversion pass from Moyers to Noah Hessung was good, making it 14-11, cutting the lead to a field goal. However, Franklin was unfazed and scored a touchdown on the ensuing drive on a 5-yard touchdown rush by Byerly, and Malin's extra point made it 21-11. And finally, with 2:47 to go in the game, Byerly scored his 4th touchdown of the game. In fact, he scored all 4 Plainfield touchdowns, and Malin's extra point was good. Byerly's last touchdown coming from 25 yards, and Malin's extra point brought us to our final score of 28-7. Look at the individual statistics. First of all, for Plainfield, Aiden Moyers completed 13 of 16 passes, but only for 98 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception, while Cale Vanderbush completed 3 of 6 passes for 32 yards and also 1 interception and no touchdowns. Jack Beebe had 6 receptions for 48 yards, Noah Hessung 4 for 26, Seth Weiniger 3 for 25, Brigham Wiest 2 for 16, and Jarrett Stephen 1 for 15. On the ground, very disappointing numbers. Ricky Alsum led the way, only 11 for 37, while Jarrett Stephen had 7 for 22, Aiden Moyers 6 for 21, and Cale Vanderbush 5 for 12. Meanwhile, for Franklin, Drew Byerly completed 13 of 21 passes for 136 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. Peyton Rubel was the leading receiver with 6 receptions for 68 yards. Isaiah Killen had 3 receptions for 29 yards. Max Lancer 2 for 22. Jalen Ward 1 for 11, and Christian McClure 1 for 6. On the ground, Byerly, the quarterback, rushed 21 times for 163 yards and 4 touchdowns, while Jalen Ward rushed 23 times for 149 yards. So in conclusion, this is a game in which, when I heard Coach Woodard on his weekly show here on Audio Sports Online say on Monday that he found Franklin to be scary, I was intrigued. And then when I looked at their offensive numbers on Max Preps, the high school stats site, I was impressed by what I saw. And so, I knew the game was going to be a challenge. I thought we would bounce back after the loss to Decatur Central. We didn't. Um, Franklin had a superior game plan tonight, other than two passes that I believe Byerly should not have thrown, one of which, should have been intercepted, the other which was intercepted and returned for a touchdown. Franklin played nearly a flawless game tonight. I give them a solid A minus. It would be an A if it weren't for those two passes. Plainfield, I give about a C minus for this game. Basically, we showed nothing all night long to show that we could contain Ward or Byerly well enough. They both got far more than the 3.4 yards per rush that you need to keep the chains moving. Byerly, by completing 13 passes, he was 13 of 21. He completed over 60% of his passes to 5 different receivers. He had enough receiving weapons that we just didn't have the defense to, contain them enough. And meanwhile, our lack of passing offense really hurt tonight because we just didn't create enough holes for Steven and Alsum. They were both contained, getting about 3 yards a carry, and we've got to do better than that. So this is not a disastrous loss. We have at least 3, maybe 4 weeks until our first playoff game. But last week with the Decatur Central game, it was disappointing, but we could at least say we beat ourselves. We should have won it. Tonight, Franklin beat us. They earned this win. We didn't give it to them. We made about 2 or 3 plays that made it easier for them, but for the most part, we did not execute badly. We were just thoroughly outmanned, And so, Franklin, they might be. I'm trying to think of our other opponents. Franklin and Decatur Central probably about equal, but certainly Franklin better than Greenfield Central, certainly better than Tri-West, probably pretty close to Mooresville, maybe a little better. Certainly better than Perry Meridian, certainly better than Greenwood. So this is probably going to be one of our 2 toughest opponents of the regular season, along with Decatur Central. So, it's it's not like we got slaughtered. I mean, 28-11. We were in there, and going into the last minute of the third quarter, we were within 3 points. So we were within striking distance. If we had played a perfect game, no turnovers, we would have had a shot. But we committed, the lost fumble, the 2 interceptions. You take away those, I think it would have been neck and neck at the end. So obviously, things to work on in practice, more rushing defense, more passing offense to open, holes for Steven and Alsum and Vanderbush when he's in the game, since he likes to run a lot, and cut out the turnovers, cut down on the penalties, and if we do that, then we're still going to have a shot to get things turned around to win these last 2 regular season games and still be a good factor in our sectional. And, we get a good draw and the ball bounces our way, still have a shot to get that first sectional championship in 19 years. So don't give up on this team, keep firing up the kids and let them know you're behind them and, that you still believe in them. And good time to start doing that is a week from tonight when the Quakers return to action. They go south of Indianapolis to play the Whiteland Warriors as we continue Mid-State Conference play. Whiteland has been one of the most consistently winning teams in Class 5A in this decade, with 7 winning seasons and 2 sectional championships. And they're almost an exclusively rushing team. In fact, they have nearly a 10-to-1 rush-pass ratio under head coach Darren Fisher. They have 6 rushers who had over 100 yards through the first 6 games and who had multiple touchdowns through the first 6 games. The main 3 are all juniors. Melvin Taylor, who has 59 rushes, for 496 yards and 5 touchdowns. Chase Valentine, who has 60 rushes for 384 yards and 5 touchdowns. And Desmond Singleton, who has 32 rushes for 329 yards. That's over 10 yards a carry and 4 touchdowns. So after the way that Byerly and Ward gave us trouble tonight, that looks scary. But the flip side is that unlike Franklin, who completed 13 passes to 5 receivers tonight, Whiteland has almost no rushing offense, almost no passing offense, excuse me. So we will be able, we can afford to clamp down a lot more on the on the Whiteland rushers and contain them and keep them from going crazy. Force them to sustain long drives. Hopefully, get a couple of fumbles out of it, but at least their offense should be easier to contain than Franklin's was tonight. And if we can establish more of a passing game and establish, like I said, even though Warriors did complete 13 of 16 passes, they only went for 98 yards. So if we can start getting some 10, 12, 15-yard passes, that really opens up some holes for Steven, and also that's going to give us a really good shot to get this thing turned around after these consecutive losses. And if we do get things turned around and make a good playoff run, then I really think this will be a pivotal game. I think, you look at a loss like this, you look at some of the great teams in history, championship teams. There's one game that, you look at a bad loss they had, and because of the loss, they, figured out things they needed to do better. And they ended up getting it turned around and doing very well. Case in point, go back to 2006 when the Colts won their Super Bowl. I remember that Jacksonville game, and those of us who remember that the at Jacksonville game, where I believe we gave up 390 yards of rushing offense. And I remember Bob Kravitz, then with the Indianapolis Star, famously said that the only reason Jacksonville didn't get 500 yards rushing is because the end zone kept getting in the way. And I remember thinking after that game there was no way we were going to win the Super Bowl. When we had lost in the playoffs in some of the previous years, it was a disappointment. And I was thinking, well, this year we'll lose in the first round of the playoffs. At least we'll expect it, so there won't be the heartbreak. But, we looked at that game, and then, we made a few adjustments, put Antonio McFarland in the starting lineup, put Rob Morris in the starting lineup. Bob Sanders came back. And we were a whole different team, and ended up rolling to the Super Bowl. So I think that Plainfield, if Coach and Coach Woodard, in his 14th season, he's a tough competitor. He'll look at that game tape, not with a lot of pleasure, but he'll look at it and he'll figure out what adjustments we need to make, and so that we can finish the regular season with these last two games on a strong note, and then be ready for the playoffs in 3 or 4 weeks, whether we got Cathedral or Decatur Central or Terre Haute North or South, that we'll be ready to go and have our maximum chance to win. So again, disappointing night, but this doesn't derail the season. It's a detour, but it could be a detour. If we play our cards right, it could be a detour to a great finish to the season. So, once again, your final score here tonight at Plainfield in the Hendricks County Game of the Week. Franklin 28, Plainfield 11. The Grizzly Cubs improved to 6-1 and clinched their first winning season in 23 years. Congratulations to them, while the Quakers have their first losing streak of the season and fall to 4-3. Well, this concludes our broadcast. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and I cordially invite you to do so again 1 week from tonight at 6:45 p.m. for the pregame show, as your Plainfield Quakers visit the Whiteland Warriors. Until then, for WYRZ 98.9 FM, the voice of Hendricks County, this is Lec Zorn reminding you, there is a difference only you can make.